Hey, good day to you all. This is Timo. I haven't been on in a few days. Life's just got busy, but all's good, and I hope you all are too. And yeah, it's Friday, and it's about 5:02. So it's already past the 5 o'clock hour, and the weekend has begun. My weekend has begun. And, I'm just happy to be able to go into it. We got my granddaughter, our granddaughter, coming over tomorrow. Got a meeting in the morning, going to walk with my sponsor and another guy and just get a good walk in to start the day off tomorrow. Hopefully the rain lets up until later on. So yeah, things are good. And today I wanted to talk about, starting over. I know a few people that are new into recovery, not new to recovery, but they're back again, and life can get pretty tough, and especially when we keep going back out. Every time we go back out, we open up that wolf's den again, and it just comes charging back out, and our lives become unmanageable again, and things start getting crazy, or we screw up, we get busted, we get thrown out of the house. There's a series of things, and coming and starting back over again. What I was told, I relapsed a million times, way before there was an NA or an AA or any of that stuff. I would say I don't want to do this stuff, and then I would go back out and do it anyways. And that's when I really started to really look at myself, because I didn't even want to do this stuff, and I would use anyways. And that really started showing me that, there's something really wrong here. But, when you go back out and then you come back in, what I say to people when that happens is, whatever you did before, what weren't you doing? What weren't you doing when you went back out? And a lot of the times that has to do with, we're not talking about something that we think that we're going to take to our grave, or that someone's going to judge us on. Listen, we hear stories in these programs. If you're in them, you hear stories all the time. If somebody hasn't done what you've done, they definitely have thought about it or know somebody that has. And the thing about it is, we think that what we've done is just way beyond talking about. And sometimes it is, but when you're in these types of meetings, people understand. They're nodding their heads instead of saying, "Hey, I got to get away from this guy." So, when you start over, you got to try to begin with a new page. And that's usually whatever you weren't doing before. Maybe this is the time to do it. Because 9 out of 10 times, the things that we're not thinking of, that are hurting us, or that we're not doing, are the things that take us out. I don't want to sound like some philosopher, but it's just true. I've seen it too many times, and I've seen it with myself. We get a chance to start with the slate clean. Everything that happened yesterday is past tense. What can we do now? What are we willing to do now? It's a new day. It's a new journey. And it doesn't matter how old you are, how young, how old, how it. Sometimes we just have to grasp at this thing and take it by the horns and say, I'm not going to do this anymore. And is it easy? No, nothing's easy. But yesterday is yesterday. Today, try to give it your all. And when we're caught up in this thing called anger is a feeling, and it needs to be to come out. Anger can't be stifled, because then you're burying it, and it drives you nuts, to be quite honest with you. But when everything that you're about has to do with anger. Like I heard somebody today say anger is like my friend. Well, you know, that turns into frustration. It turns into irritation. It turns into aggravation. And it turns into contemplation. And you're just totally thinking about this all the time. And sometimes when you come back, it's like, what am I really angry about? What am I angry about? We get all this anger. We're mad at this guy because he won't shut up. We're mad at this guy because he doesn't say anything. We're mad at society. We're mad at the world. We're mad at politics. But what am I really mad at? And a lot of the times, you're mad at yourself. You're mad that you keep going out. You're mad of the things that you've done or that you haven't done. And it gets you... You gotta give yourself a break. We're only human beings. Start over. Turn a new page. You know, start with that clean slate. And just give it another shot. Because when we're always looking back, we're not laughing. We look back with regret and remorse. That's what usually we're looking back at. Not all the time, but usually when you're an addict, an alcoholic, that's what you're looking back at. You're not looking back at, all these good times. And if you are, some of those good times, when you really look at them in a closer view, when you get some time and start looking at them, they weren't that great. There's a lot of consequences with those, quote, great times. How many times did you find yourself laughing on the outside and crying on the inside? And that's men or women. I've seen some of the toughest guys break down in these meetings because they've been holding this stuff for years and years, and it's just eating them alive. And then you look back and you tried to make a good life, but circumstances happen. Our spouses may die, the divorce happens. Children sometimes don't talk to us. They come back, but sometimes they don't. I can't promise that. We hurt people. And some people don't, just like, I grew up in a world where we'd beat the living hell out of each other and then we'd be having a beer on the stairs with the same guy at 5 o'clock that night. But not everybody is like that. And you look back and these memories of what you didn't do or what you did do, they nag at you and they drag you down and they drive you friggin' mad. And listen, we may not have been great people. We may have yelled at our kids. We may have fell down on the floor. We may have done really lousy things. But when we're under the influence of something this powerful that can make us do this stuff and make us crave something that is killing us, is it really your fault? You got caught up in it. What's really the thing about, when you want to talk about fault, that you don't try and get yourself out of it. Because this way is killing you. You don't need to be sulking anymore. You don't have to be living in misery. You don't have to be living in sorrow, living under bridges, living on the sidewalk, beating yourself up over stuff that you can't change anymore. All you can do is go forward and try to change the person that is in the here and now, not in the 10 years ago or 10 days ago or however long it's been. Just come back, walk in not with shame, because everybody's like this. Welcome back. Please come back. Please let us help you. Please get a sponsor if you don't have one. Please work the steps if you never did it. Please stop not doing the one thing that just keeps dragging your ass out there. Please, please, and begin again. And there can be a future. You're not born to die. Well, I guess we're all born to die, but you're not born to live in misery, live in chaos. That kind of way is just, it's like you're walking around dead already. And if you've been there, then you know what I'm talking about. What happened yesterday doesn't have to happen today. Hang around with some clean and sober people. If they ask you to go out and they're not asking you for money, they just want you to come out afterwards for a little din-din or something, or if it's an afternoon meeting, to go out for lunch, to go out for coffee. If somebody is willing to give you their time, take it. Take it. What are you going to do? Go home and be miserable that you don't have no money to buy yourself a lunch because you used it all, gave it all to the drug dealer? No. Step out of that misery and stop being a stubborn fool and grab onto this thing. And if you do, then you won't be living in tomorrow for the rest of your life and all the tomorrows that didn't happen or that have already passed. You'll be living in today, and you'll be a better person for it. And I really hope that you go into this weekend, if you had a fall, if you relapsed, if you got down, get back up. Get back up. You're tougher than this stuff. You're tougher than it. It may have you now, but if you hang around with people that are doing this thing and get a sponsor that ain't going to co-sign your bullshit and that's going to give you some good quality things to do and open your mind up to some stuff, you can do this. I am not better than anyone. I was a firm believer I cannot do this. I'm one of those constitutionally incapable people of getting this. And you know what? That was a crock of shit. I can definitely do this. I just had to put in as much time getting sober and clean that I put in getting messed up and busted and arrested and winding up in institutions and on the street. No. You can do it. So come back, get back on the horse, stop beating yourself up, put the hammer down, and get back. Because we need you, and I know you need us. Because out there, they'll kill you. And the drugs out there now, they'll kill you. And if you're driving around hammered, you're going to kill somebody. Or you're going to kill yourself. So don't let that be the beginning of the weekend. Go into this weekend, hold your head up high, and just give it another shot. But this time, do something more than you did before. And I wish you all a great weekend. And I hope that you're with family and friends or with other sober and clean friends that can get you through these troubled times, because early recovery is a son of a bee. But if you stay with some people that care about you and that can guide you along and that can give you their time and help you, you got a good shot at this. So take care all. It's good to see you again, and be well.